Hey guys, Dan Hood, Big DH 2000 here. About 8 months ago, I think it was, before Christmas, well before Christmas, Ray Urban called me. And for about 2 years before that, I'd known Daryl, otherwise known as D Guy to many of us. I've been looking to get his OPFS design in titanium. Well, Ray had come across some titanium. He asked me if my water jet guy could cut it, and I said sure, but it takes a while because he just does it on the side after his main jobs. So Ray sent me on, we did some back and forth. Ray sent me on down the plate. The machine broke, all kinds of things happened. And in the process, the plate got lost. So the guy bought another plate for me because he was the one who lost it. And he cut out every single one he could out of the plate he had. Well, I ended up with, how should I say this? In the Bible, if you read Revelation, you'll find out that there was 4 men of the apocalypse, 4 horsemen. And well, I ended up with 4 cores, or 4 OPFSs. So let's take a look at them. We'll call these the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They're titanium. And if you look really closely, this is how titanium plates come out naturally. Well, here's the unfinished one. I left one unfinished, which will be mine eventually. You could see the pattern a little bit. If you just lightly hit it with sandpaper, like 80 grit on an orbital sander for a little bit, there's like a finish on it. I think like a residue. The residue comes off and you get this, okay? And I don't know about you guys, but I thought that was so cool that I left it, okay? Decided not to go smooth. Besides, this is an OPFS. It's meant to be a workhorse. And the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse were not pretty. They're probably, some consider them to be the 4 most violent warriors in the universe, created by God to do his bidding. Well, if you do a finish like that, I tried to mimic it on the side by using 80 grit on an orbital sander. I tried using 220 and it wasn't rough enough to see, so I did 80. It's still very smooth. There will be no band wear or anything, or hand wear. Also rounded the edges because for those who don't know, you can see it right here. When you cut titanium, it's extremely sharp. If I were to rub my finger on that too hard, it might actually cut my finger. Okay, so I did that so that they would be nice to hold. But I also wanted to show how these were made. So if you look very carefully inside, you'll still see some of the water jet lines that cut this out. Now I knocked off the edges so it wouldn't cut the ties or anybody. But I also left a little bit of the water jet cutting from about here to about here, just to show how these were cut and made. There's 3 of them finished. Just so you guys know, 1 goes to D Guy, 1 goes to Ray Urban for the idea, 1 I'm keeping, and the 4th one is already sold to a friend. Okay? Now here's how they look before I start them. You can see, let me focus this better for you guys. It's having some issues. Oh, come on. I think it was doing better beforehand. There we go. Whoop, sorry. Well, I'm having trouble, guys. Sorry, my phone is software loaded on my phone and it's just having all kinds of issues. There we go. Well, whatever. There you go. You can see how rough that is right through there. It almost looks a little shiny, like you cut granite. That's how titanium looks, and it comes a little dirty, a few scratches, but these scratches are only superficial. You hit them lightly with sandpaper and they disappear. Like I said, there's like a coated finish on this material that develops, probably some kind of oxidation. But anyway, this one's the unfinished one, which I'll finish for myself later. In the meantime, the 3 that are going out are going out. Daryl, Ray, I hope you guys like them.